because the flour gets everywhere. And this is our moon sand with the flour and the oil. Push it in. And S for Sara and my sandcastles.
Classy!
Hey there friends, how are you today? Great! My name is Sara and I'm so excited. Today we're going to make moon sand. Have you made moon sand before? Yeah? Great! So I thought because it's Ocean Week and we got to go to the beach a lot in yoga today, that we could try and do some sand making today. So then we can feel like we're at the beach all day long and for whenever we'd like to.
Sensory play! Oh, Sara!
So you do need to go get a few things. You can do this in your kitchen if you can, or make sure you have a tray because the flour gets everywhere. So we'll need a tray to hold everything, or if we're doing it in our kitchen, we can do it on our counter or at the table. So you need a tray. You need a bowl to mix it in. Doesn't have to be a big bowl, but a bowl. You'll need flour. Yeah, I buy my flour in bulk in a big jar. So that's why I don't have a bag of flour, but I've put it in this bowl for us. And it can be any kind of flour. This is just regular flour, but you can use anything, oat flour, almond flour, gluten-free flour, any flour that you have at home. And then any oil that you have at home. So I'm just getting ready to move right now. So I don't have a lot of oils in my house, but I found sesame oil. So that's what I'm going to use today. But you use whatever you have at your home. You can use olive oil, you can use baby oil, you can use vegetable oil, whatever you have at home. So you'll need oil, flour. Those are the two ingredients that we need. We'll be able to put it in a bowl. And then you'll need some measuring cups and measuring spoons. I'm going to use my 1/4 cup to try and keep it a little less messy. So maybe try and grab your 1/4 cup. And then we'll need tablespoons. So grab your tablespoon, measuring spoon as well. I have a couple other things here, but you can go grab those after as well. So get those things together. So a tray, if you're not doing it at the table, a bowl to put everything in, some flour, and some oil, any of them. Perfect. While you're grabbing those, and your 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup, and your 1 tablespoon spoon. Perfect. While you're grabbing those, I will just sing our ABCs, okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, please make moon sand with me. Perfect. Okay. Do you have your things? Great. Okay. So we're going to start with our bowl because we want to be able to put everything in there, right? So first we need 1 cup of flour. So I got my 1/4 cup because it's small and easy to scoop up things. The 1 cup can be really hard because it's so full sometimes. So 1/4 cup, we need 4 of them to make 1 whole cup. Perfect. So get your 1/4 cup and your bag of flour, or if you have it in a bowl like me, your bowl of flour, and we're going to measure 4 of them. Ready? Let's see. Try and pat it down, make sure there's enough in there. So we might have to get our fingers a little messy. So 1 goes in the bowl. Let's get another one. 2 goes in the bowl. Whoa, I'm making a mess over here. 3 goes in the bowl. Good thing I have my tray. Do you see the mess I'm making already? Okay, so we did 1, 2, 3 scoops. Now we need one more. We need 4. 4. We'll put that in the bowl. Perfect. Maybe one day later I can show you how to make it colorful. So you can wipe off your fingers into the bowl. And then I want you to just feel the flour for a sec. So feel how it is. Can you pick some up and squish it? And does it stay? It doesn't stay, right? It just goes right through our fingers. If we try and hold it, but spread our fingers wide, it goes right through our fingers. It's very fine and very soft, very powdery. So moon sand, when we make it, we should be able to squish the flour and it should stay in its shape. Kind of like Play-Doh, but a little softer than Play-Doh. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we have 1 cup of flour in here because we did 4 quarter cups. Next, we need to add some oil. So we have our tablespoon. We need 2 tablespoons of oil. So this can get a little tricky too. Make sure you're doing it over the tray or over your bowl, on your table or your counter in your kitchen. So 2 of these, ready? So we'll pour some in, take your time. And instead of just plopping it in there, can you try and drizzle it everywhere? So try and put it all over the flour. That will make it easier when we try and squish it together later, when we mix it. So 1 tablespoon. Drizzle it everywhere. 2 tablespoons. Perfect, and then we can put that off to the side for now. Okay. This is where it gets a little messy, but it's going to get a little easier, don't worry. Can you take your hands now? We'll take one finger like a spoon. We're going to stir it around just a little bit. Stir it around until, most of the oil is either on my finger or has found its way in the bowl. Now it's starting to get lumpy. Can you see that? It's getting lumpy now. So that means we can start to squish it. So what we want to do is use our hands to squish it, and any big chunks that we find, we can start to move them around. We can kind of squish them in between our fingers so that we can break up those big chunks. We want them not to be big chunks anymore. So we're gonna move it around. Can you feel the difference? Once we've added the oil, it makes quite a difference in the texture. And if we squish it, it's starting to keep its shape. So keep squishing it around. We want to make sure that we can't see any more oil and that the flour all has a little bit of oil in it. So we're going to squish it and sprinkle it. I guess that's a good way of thinking of it. We're going to sprinkle it. Try to keep it in your bowl, but I know that it can get a little messy. So that's why we have our tray, or that's why I said do it at your kitchen counter or at your kitchen table. So we'll squish it around. Oh, I can really smell, because I had to use sesame oil for mine. I can really smell the sesame. So sesame oil is just sesame seeds squeezed into an oil. Just like olive oil. All of our oils, it's like they took the seeds or the plant or the food, whatever it may be, whatever kind of oil it is, and they've squeezed it with a big machine to make it into a liquid, into an oil. Okay, my moon sand's looking pretty good. I'll just show you how it looks different than it did before. Do you see how it's getting bigger chunks? Yeah. Let's look at it. Let's compare. So this is the flour, just flour by itself. And this is our moon sand with the flour and the oil. It definitely looks very different. Okay, so you'll know it's ready when you can pick up some moon sand and squish it in your hand, and it keeps its shape. It stays in shape. Perfect. Okay, so mine's looking pretty good. How's yours doing? Great. Okay. The next thing I thought we could do is put the moon sand onto a plate or a dish that's kind of low, kind of flat, so that we have some place to work with. A baking sheet would be perfect. I just don't have one handy right now, so that's why I grabbed a plate. But you grab what you can. I'm gonna keep working with my moon sand, and I'm gonna sing "Row, row your boat" while you go and grab a plate or a dish that we can use. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream. Ah! Amazing. Wow, look, I can pick up a huge chunk of my moon sand and it stays in a ball. Okay. It's ready, it's perfect. So now I'm just going to put my flour and oil off to the side so you don't have to look at them anymore. But don't do that if you're in your living room because it'll get all over your floor. So my very messy tray. So here's my plate. If you have your dish or your baking sheet or a plate too, can we take the moon sand out and put it onto the plate? Perfect. And then we can spread it all out. If that feels good, we can pat it down. And there's so many things that we can do with our moon sand. It's a lot like when sand is wet at the beach, right? And we can build sandcastles and things like that. So I was thinking, go grab a pencil. It doesn't even have to be a sharpened one because we can use the other end of it if we'd like. Go grab a pencil and then come back and let's do some letters here. Perfect. Okay. So once you have your pencil, let's see. I'm going to see if I can write the letter A in my moon sand. Ready? A. Wow! I can write letters in my moon sand. I can pat it or move it around and shake it all up, and then it's all disappeared. It's all gone. Where did my A go? You can draw pictures in your moon sand. So maybe I'll draw a smiley face. Do you see my smiley face? Yeah. But we can also do lots of other things with our moon sand. Like I said, we can squish it together and make a sand castle. If you have any cookie cutters at home, this is fun to do with cookie cutters. Or if you have tiny little cups or jars that you could fill up and then whoop, let's do that with this. Actually, we can make it happen. So you could mold it into a sandcastle, or you could put it back into your cup. Squish it down, and then see if you can make some sandcastles with it. Let's see. Squish it down, and then look at my sandcastles. Yeah. So there's lots of things. I also thought if you have any seashells at home, you can put those in there. I have these glass beads that look like this that I use in my yoga classes sometimes. Whoops, but we can use those to put on top. Or we could use those to make some letters. I'm gonna make an S for Sara. So I'm gonna make it flat. I might run out of these stones. Oh, maybe not. I think we'll be okay. Well, I might just take one. See, I can make an, oh, that one went away. I gotta push it in. An S for Sara and my sandcastles. Great. So you can do whatever feels good. If you made more moon sand, maybe you could put it in a bigger container. Whoops. And then you could use it outside in the grass, like in the container, not on the grass. But there's so many things we can do with moon sand. I hope that you love this. I love playing with moon sand. And then we can just keep it in a container, like a Tupperware container, or maybe a Ziploc bag, whatever you have. Just keep it nice and cool. Try not to put any water in it. Yeah, and just keep it in a cool, dry place. And you'll be able to use it for a long time. Perfect. Okay. Well, I hope you had fun today, friends. I'm going to clean up this crazy mess now. Remember, we're going to try and clean up our messes that we make as well too, right? As best as we can. Awesome. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.